Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. In the studio today, we have Mike Buckley, the CEO from Be My Eyes, with another announcement. Yes, another announcement. This has been a big year for Be My Eyes, announcing their partnership with OpenAI and ChatGPT and the feature that you'll find in the Be My Eyes app, Be My AI, where you can take a picture, have it described, ask follow-up questions. That's a nice feature. Check it out. The announcement of service directories, right there in the app. Tap on that and you'll get a list of categories where you can choose from. Technology, check on that. Microsoft, boom, there you go. You're connected right with customer service at Microsoft to help you find a solution for the problem. Now, I did not find NASA in the service directory, but I'm sure Mike and the team at Be My Eyes are shooting for the moon. Stay tuned for that. Mike Buckley, welcome back to Blind Abilities.
Thanks for having me on, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on because you got another big announcement. Like I said, there's been an announcement from Be My Eyes. And why don't you bring our listeners on board?
Absolutely. I am really incredibly excited to let your listeners know that we have gotten a deep partnership agreed to with Hilton Hotels and all of their sub-brands, so the Embassy Suites of the world and et cetera, to make the hotel experience more accessible for the blind and low vision community. So this is everything from the booking process to on-site to in rooms. And obviously you can always use Be My AI for whatever needs you have in the hotel experience. But the thing that Hilton is doing even further is making their customer service agents available using our video calling product. So you can show a Hilton customer service agent the problem in your room or the elevator or the directions to the pool or anything that you need. This is a multi-year partnership. Hilton is extending it across its brands. And I think it's an accessibility first, Jeff, where a multinational global hotel chain has made this type of public commitment to the blind and low vision community. And I'm just incredibly excited, for what it means for the community of people that we serve.
Mike, the timing couldn't be more better because here in Minnesota, the National Federation of the Blind is holding their state convention at the DoubleTree Hotel in St. Paul, Minnesota, which the DoubleTree is part of the Hilton family.
Yes, sir.
Now, I have a question about when you're talking about using Be My AI while a guest at a Hilton hotel. Will this be like a business intelligence bot where the data and its learning continue growing through guest experiences?
Yeah, it should become smarter as we evaluate use cases and talk with our AI partners and about the hotel experience specifically, Jeff. And so that's the hope, right? And I can't stress enough, this is a multi-year partnership. And so, this is just the start, but we do want to make sure that the AI continues to improve in that environment.
Mike, talking about use cases, the experience of the guest at a Hilton hotel. First of all, you guys put your platform in their Service Connect, and that way, when they open up the app, they'll be able to just connect up with the customer service at Hilton.
Be My Eyes. Call a volunteer. Button. Service directory. Tab. 3 of 5. Assistive technology. Banking. Beauty and grooming. Careers. Civic engagement. Food and beverage. Home and cleaning. Hotels. Canopy. Hampton. Embassy Suites. DoubleTree. Hilton.
And use all the features of Be My Eyes.
Exactly. So Hilton and DoubleTree and all the Hilton hotel brands will be in the application. So if you want to book through there or you're at one of those hotels, you can press any of those brands' buttons and be connected directly with a trained customer service representative that can help you with pretty much just about anything, Jeff.
This is a really huge partnership because I looked up Hilton and they're across the entire world. Now, this partnership focuses on North America, United States, and Canada. And with Be My Eyes being around the world, it's not hard to see the possibilities with this partnership. This is huge.
It is. And we never want to overpromise. We try to deliver first and learn. But I think it's our hope that we'll consider the expansion. And we've already talked with Hilton about expanding this globally, but not making any promises. We have to make sure that we're getting this right? We have to make sure that we're creating experiences that are really wonderful for the blind and low vision consumer and for Hilton as our customer. And obviously, Jeff, like all our products and services, this will be completely free for the blind and low vision community.
Nice. Mike, the family of Hilton Hotels is a great stepping stone, and I imagine it's just the beginning.
I hope so. I mean, what we've seen in terms of our trajectory as a company is that when one leader in an industry kind of signs on to something, many others follow. And I hope that's what happens here. If you look at when we first signed Microsoft, that led to Google, that led to Sony, that led to Spotify, right? And we signed a deal with Barilla, a food company, and now Unilever, who has a lot of food products, is working with us as well. And so, Jeff, I really hope you're right. I hope that other companies of all stripes see that this is not only the right thing to do, but that it makes real business sense, right? And so for your listeners, like, vote with your dollars, right? Let's all support brands that do the right thing for accessibility and for our community. And so if you have a choice when you're booking, right? If you're headed up to the lake in northern Minnesota, or, going to see a friend in Eden Prairie, or anywhere, I really hope that you would put Hilton and its family of brands at the top of your list because of the commitment that they're making.
Mike, I've always said that, trying to learn airports is a trick, because you might only frequent that airport once or twice in a lifetime, possibly. Just like hotels, when you're staying at a Hilton, you may not know that layout very well at all. So when you're calling through the service directory, you're getting a trained customer service person using your Service Connect platform that can help you set the thermostat, find the pool, find a restaurant in the hotel system, or even navigate to the elevator.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully the combination of that with our AI will give the consumer power, right? Be My Eyes that's what we want to be. We want to be a conduit for power for the people in the blind and low vision community. And, by the way, people should have the opportunity to make the choices that they want to make, right? Maybe I don't want to call a human being to figure out where the outlet's in my room, or the phone, or the bathroom, or whatever. Maybe I want to use the AI. Certain people will want to talk to the person. Like, the important thing is giving other human beings the choice to interact with the world in the way that they want to.
Mike, going back to the user experience here and collecting that data, I'm also wondering, preemptively, is Hyatt and Be My Eyes going to load a bunch of data into the business intelligent bot or the Be My AI that it'll be using, like a section for the Hilton hotels or specific hotels? Will it be using that information so when someone uses something to find a restaurant, to find the elevator, all that information, will that be remembered and be able to use for future guests at the Hiltons?
It's a really great question. And look, that is a question of really Hilton and we analyzing the data, right? In terms of what are the things people asking? Like, eventually, Jeff, we're going to know, like, hey, people who stay at the Hilton Phoenix, the one closest to the airport, right? They tend to ask these questions more often than not. So can we fine tune the experience that way? And so I hope that this will allow us to get a lot smarter on a micro level, right? At the individual hotel level. I can't make that promise yet, but like, the promise of AI is that as you feed it more intelligent data, in theory, it should give better and better and more robust results for the people using it.
Mike, since adding service directories to the Be My Eyes app, the list is growing. I mean, there's categories up and down, from household goods to technology to accessibility, all sorts of different categories, and then all sorts of different corporations, companies, entities that can help. The list is growing, Mike.
Yeah, I think we have a responsibility to the blind and low vision community to what I hope, Jeff, will end up being, that we want to be the conduit of our community to customer service of businesses of all kinds, right? If 3 years from now, like, you can go into the service directory in our app and interact with just about any business you would want to, probably using your voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, contact Embassy Suites, right? How cool is that going to be if you can do that for that and Amazon and any number of other brands where you have assistance teams? You and I both know that a lot of companies are sort of, frankly, hiding their customer service numbers or making it harder to kind of call them and interact with them. And the great thing about this with Hilton and so many of the other companies that work with Be My Eyes is that they're choosing the opposite direction for the blind and low vision consumer. And I really want to encourage your listeners to utilize those companies and use their services, because that's how we keep our products free, right?
Mm-hmm.
We always want to give all of our products to the blind and low vision community for free. And so these enterprises support us and allow us to pay the bills to do that. And so I really hope that the consumer votes with their dollars and their feet, right? In terms of Hotel Choice and any of the other brands that support Be My Eyes.
Now, looking through the service directory, I've noticed that not all of them are working with Be My Eyes, but it's a resource for people to call, because when people call those customer services and ask about accessibility, it actually brings up a point about accessibility. And when they get repeated calls and stuff like that, pretty soon they're going to reach out to Be My Eyes and say, hey, how do we get on board?
Exactly. So I think as we see more and more calls being placed, that will help us educate these brands that consumers are trying to connect with them, right? And it makes it more likely that they'll champion and spend some of their dollars, meaning the brand spending their dollars, on accessible customer services.
Mike, I have to tell you, within the community, Be My Eyes has exploded with the addition of Be My AI, where people can take a picture, have it described to them, do follow-up questions.
Be My AI. Starting camera. Take picture, button. Analyzing picture. Please wait. The image shows a room with beige walls. On the wall, there is a framed picture depicting a scene with children and teddy bears. The picture is hung above a pile of cardboard boxes and packaging materials on the floor. To the left, there is a red curtain partially visible, and below the picture, there is an electrical outlet on the wall. The ceiling is white with a textured finish.
And the thing is, I remember 9 years ago, I think it was 2015, when Hans won the competition, he entered his idea of Be My Eyes into, and I had him here on Blind Abilities talking about this idea. And here we are today. Mark Zuckerberg announcing a partnership with Meta and their glasses with Be My Eyes, with the service directories, and now with Hilton, one of the largest hotel chains around the world. I just want to say, congratulations to you and the blindness community who's benefiting from all the work you're doing at Be My Eyes.
Well, I appreciate it. We've got a lot more work to do, Jeff, but Hans, he dented the universe, didn't he? He put this thing out in the world and created this beautiful merger of technology and human kindness, right? And now we're just expanding on his work. I was with him in person for several days last week, and he is just a remarkable human being. He is actively involved every day in Be My Eyes. He personally answers a lot of our customer support tickets. He is intimately involved in product development and partnerships. And I can't thank him enough for letting me be a part of this journey. And I appreciate your kind words, Jeff, but gosh, we have a lot more to do, don't we? To make the world truly accessible.
I think for what you're doing for the blindness community, the blindness community is the big winner. Look at Applevis when their foundation was crumbling, and Be My Eyes put a solid foundation underneath them for them to continue on supporting the blindness community. And with the upcoming partnership that you have with Meta and the glasses, that too is going to be groundbreaking, historic, just like this Hilton partnership. I mean, when people are out there traveling out and about and wanting to find their way, Be My Eyes will be right there for them. So you and your team are doing a great job.
It really is about equality and power to me, right? And I agree with you. I've learned probably more in the last 2 years of this job than I've learned at any point in my career. And the power and passion and capability of blind people is just something I find awesome and overwhelming and humbling. And everybody at Be My Eyes is committed every day to to pulling the oars faster and harder, right? To make the world more accessible. And so a lot more to do, Jeff, but we've made some good progress. But truthfully, we don't sit around patting ourselves on the back too often. There's still a lot of stuff that's broken, not only in the world, but at Be My Eyes. There's stuff we can do better, right? And so we're pretty self-reflective and realize that there's still a lot we need to build.
Well, let me tell you, there's not a day that goes by that the work that you're doing at Be My Eyes, that you and the entire team, your commitment to the community and the product is being noticed. Now, for the biggest question of all, Mike, with all this work, are you finding time to play the guitar, sing with the band?
I did. The band had a show this last weekend. It was a fun outdoor one near the water in San Mateo, California. Yeah, so that's my personal passion and therapy is on the side is playing in the band. So yes, and the band is called the Love Handles, which unfortunately is becoming increasingly literal for me. So, but I think, it is what it is.
Like on a podcast, it's all about the audio description, so we can fix that in the editing. Well, thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for doing what you're doing with Be My Eyes. Thanks for the app. Thanks for everything. And I'm sure there's a lot more news coming down the road here, so we'd love to have you back, Mike.
Appreciate it, Jeff. Anytime. A pleasure to spend some time with you.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store and Google Play Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. And if you want to leave some feedback, give us some suggestions, give us a call at 612-367-6093. We'd love to hear from you. I want to thank you for listening, and until next time, bye-bye.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap
between the limited expectations
and the reality
of blind abilities.
And the realities of blind abilities.